Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and this is going to be a quick review on a new knife that I picked up not too long ago. I was feeling a little left out because I hadn't done a knife review in quite some time, so hopefully this will satisfy that and we'll have fun in the process. The knife that I picked up is this one right here. This is the Kershaw G10 Hawk, and it's model number 1530X. Uh, this is a cool little knife. It's very lightweight. Comes in at 1.8 ounces. It's got a really nice thin blade, as you see right here. The blade is 3 1/8 inch, and it's 8 CR13 MOV, the blade steel. It's got the obviously the word Kershaw here. Let's see if this will focus so you can see it. Kershaw on one end, and then on the other end it's got the 8CR13 MOV. Very, very thin blade, very pointy, and just like the majority of Kershaw's, comes razor sharp right out of the box. The handles on the knife are CNC machine G10 handles, and they've got really nice grip to them. I don't know if you guys can see it there. It's got really good texturing on either side, and it fits the hand really nice, and it grips into the hand there. It also has these cutouts on the handle, which I'm assuming it helps with the weight, and it's got a pretty generous lanyard hole in the back there. It does have the pivot screw, so you can adjust it. And with this particular knife, it came very tight from the factory, almost to the point where the thumb stud here, which is used to deploy it, because of how shallow the cut in the handle is right here, it made it very difficult to deploy. And I mean, sometimes you kind of practice real hard to do it, and as you can see, if you want to flick it out, it definitely takes some practice. It's very difficult, and that would be one of the nicks that I would give to the actual knife. It's not the best centering on the blade, but that has to do with me having to loosen this a little bit to be able to make it a lot easier to open. So I figured playing around with it, maybe putting some Loctite or something like that in there will definitely help. It does have some of the brass rings in there, and that does help with the smoothness once you get it open. So that has to a lot of play into it. The lockup, it is very nice. No play up or down, left or right. It is a liner lock, and it has a very decent lockup right there. The pocket clip is very interesting in this. It's almost the full length of the knife, as you guys can see it there, but it's very rigid. Almost difficult to put into the jeans. But obviously, that's good and bad. You don't want it to be too loose where it's going to come out, but you don't want it to be too tight where it's going to be eating up on your jeans. So it's definitely I would say another nick on the knife there. Now it is a right-handed tip up carry only. So if you're left-handed or if you don't like tip up, then unfortunately this knife is not for you. And the same thing with the thumb stud. The thumb stud is only for right-handed opening. But again, it's very difficult. I really have to work my thumb into there to be able to open it. So, what I've noticed is that this will probably be a lot easier to try and open it with two hands. So I almost consider this maybe like a gentleman's folder. Maybe take off the pocket clip and slip it into a pocket, because it is very thin. So you'd be able to do that. It would probably disappear into maybe like a back pocket or something like that. Just because of the thinness of the blade and just the construction, I would probably not use this as a primary EDC. I would use it maybe as a secondary knife to an EDC system, or maybe paired with something else that you're going to be using as a self-defense knife. I mean, the thinness of the blade makes it really easy, for opening envelopes and boxes and things like that, because it can slide in there real nicely. But if you had to do some heavy, maybe cardboard cutting or something like that, I don't think this would stand up to that. Now, by way of comparison, I've got another Kershaw here. This is the OD2, which I can, the blade width this way, it's very similar on both of these. Same as the blade thickness on both of them. And then they're both 8CR13 MOV. And then also, to go with something a little bigger, here's the Spyderco Tenacious. Just so you can see the size difference, Spyderco Tenacious is a part of a lot of people's EDCs, or a lot of people know exactly what the size of this is. So now you can see a size comparison. Obviously half the size of the handle The blade is also a lot thinner than the Tenacious. You know, the Tenacious being revered by a lot of people as a perfect EDC knife. You know, so something like this would probably be, you know, if I were to use this as a primary EDC knife for, you know, all my heavy cutting and heavy usage, and then use this for more of the, you know, maybe pop it open to open up a letter or whatnot. You know, this would be a perfect combo for each other because again, you know, the G10 Hawk, you know, comes in at 1.8 ounces, very, very lightweight. And like I said, if you were to take that pocket clip off and just slide it into a pocket, it would virtually disappear. It is an open through design, so it makes it real easy to clean. And you know, it's you know, the main thing of this is just the blade shape and the weight of this particular knife. What I'm going to do with this is I'll probably just leave this in my vehicle, maybe in the glove compartment. And you know, if I ever need a knife in there to, you know, as a backup to maybe cut something or you know, something simple, you know, I'll have that in there. This was only like $22, so for the sharpness and the ease of sharpening, you know, that HCR13 MOV offers, you can't beat it. And then you know, I'll like I said, I'll go ahead and play with that pivot screw, you know, so I can probably align the blade a lot better. And maybe see if I can make it, you know, easier to deploy. As you guys can see, I got it there, but you know, I definitely have to dig my thumb real down in there so to be able to get it. So that is the Kershaw G10 Hawk, model number 1530X. And let me know if you guys have any questions. All right, guys? Thanks.